Black lives matter. Black lives have always mattered. We have a situation where we've been fumbling around trying to recreate a movement of some sort to try to uplift ourselves as a race of people. And Black Lives Matter is an effort to do that. The thing that I want to make clear is that we do need a movement, and we need to actually think about the movements that existed before now. And the Black Power movement was a lot of noise and a lot of substance as well, but it was more noise than substance in many ways because the noise is gone now. And there's some substantive stuff remains, but for the most part, we don't have a Black Power movement. When we talk about having a movement, we want to have something that we can hang our hats on so we can build on it.
Count Cullen and I are of this consensus. Prejudice drafts psychopaths. Their warpaths transfix our people to many a crucifix. There resides the reason why my protest must never relax from typing its attacks. Addressed to your psyche, my compositions are microphones for Emmett Till, Michael Griffith, Yusef Hawkins, Amadou Diallo, Sean Bell, Ramarley Graham, Trayvon Martin, Darius Simmons, Jordan Davis, Renisha McBride, Eric Garner, etc., etc., etc.
I was inspired to write A Mother's Fear after a panic-filled evening waiting for my son to come back from a run. He had been at work, he went for a run, he had on some shorts, cut-off shirt, and with his dreadlocks, I just was afraid if one of my neighbors or the police misunderstood him or what he was doing. And then when he got home, I realized that that was this profound experience that I needed to share. So I wrote the essay kind of to bring awareness to the issue of Black Lives Matter.
I grew up in Austin, Texas, in the segregated South. During my childhood, I had no experience of Black lives. I was very unaware of the way African American people lived. And then I had two experiences, one in my teens and one in my early 20s, that opened my eyes to the problems that Black people faced, and that have haunted me all through my life. And so as the Black Lives Matter movement gained momentum, I felt compelled to write about those experiences. So I wrote an essay called No Seat at the Table and submitted it to the anthology Black Lives Have Always Mattered.
To be honest, I wasn't always on board with the Black Lives Matters movement. It kind of felt obvious, of course, Black Lives Matter, and it just seemed kind of militant to me in a way. It was really brought to my attention more by my oldest son, who was very troubled by the death of Michael Brown, of Trayvon Martin. It really bothered him to the point, particularly when Michael Brown died, because that's my husband's name, he mentioned to my husband that he didn't know how he could live in a world where he had to fear policemen even for a casual stop. And I don't think it's a coincidence that a few months later we lost him to suicide. I'm not suggesting that that was the main cause or the reason for his death, but I'm pretty sure that it contributed to his depression and his anxiety.
there must be. I'm really looking at this whole Trump administration as being a divine assignment, more or less, to get people who are really human beings, people who really care about other people, to come together and recognize that we need to put humanity back in the forefront, because the machine has taken over. A lot of folks are not functioning from a level of understanding what humanity is about. And Trump is a clown, we know this, and he's unfit to be any kind of president. But if that's to be the case, then we have to take matters into our own hands. And we need to really do that. And it's high time, I think, that folks start recognizing the worth of each other.
I think that Black Lives Matter has an opportunity to promote education and dialogue between the different races, so that people from different backgrounds and of different races can better understand one another and the way their lives are different and the way they are alike.
It's my hope that the Black Lives Have Always Mattered anthology starts a conversation, that it's used to just put real people and real situations in the forefront and have a place where we can talk about this problem and search for solutions. I hope that it's a call to action for us all to see this as a human rights issue, that it's human lives that are at stake here.
Addressed to your psyche, you can hear the murdered entreat. Don't allow another name to join a homicide report sheet. Don't allow another name to join a homicide report sheet. Addressed to your psyche, the compositions I've written are parts of a bulletin. The passages transmit to our terra firma's retina. Addressed to your psyche, my protest wants life to evict the combustive and discriminative. If armed with you, lawfulness will live.
The people who have read the book, who have gotten the book so far, seem to be very pleased. It's really an educational tool for those people who tend to fall off from understanding how important we are to each other and to ourselves. I'm very happy and proud to be a part of that project.